Yesterday, the city auditor's office released a new report about the local renting market, showing rent in Syracuse has risen at one of the highest rates in the county. Now, they're proposing a law called good cause eviction. Tyler Oldano joins us tonight with details. Tyler, what's the new solution?
Good evening. Good cause eviction has been something the city has been discussing for quite a while, but this recent report has thrust it into the limelight a little bit more. Simply put, it regulates the evictions and it puts a limit as to how much a property's rent can be raised per year. In doing so, the city's auditor's office says that the law would help curb the rate of eviction in the city of Syracuse as well as the high rent as well. Not everyone is on board, though. We spoke to Karen Thomas, and she represents the Central New York Landlord Association. She says the law would make evictions a lot harder and lead to lost profits as well.
We used to be able to evict in 1 month. Cannot do it anymore. It takes probably at least 2.5 months at the best from the start to the end of your eviction, and that's even after a tenant has not been paying for a couple months. So you could lose easily 4-5 months rent.
Thomas was also critical about the law's proposed rent limit, saying that if the city put a cap on the rent, it would be a lot harder to make ends meet as a landlord. Renters in the city may feel a different way, though, as the law grants them more protections from eviction. Mary Trainer, who represents the Syracuse Landlords Union, says that to her, the law is about keeping neighborhoods intact.
I think the main thing it'll do is promote neighborhood stability. People need to just be able to know that as long as they pay their rent and they are a quote good end quote tenant, that they can continue living in a place that will hopefully become their home.
Now, with students who are renting the city, I'm sure you're wondering whether this law could have an effect on you. Well, there are a few exceptions to this law, namely student housing is one of them. Another exception is if the house or apartment was built after 2009. In that case, good cause eviction does not apply. It's also important to note that the law has not been exactly passed in Syracuse yet. They're allowed on an opt-in standard, but other cities have passed it already, leaving the ball in the Common Council's court. You can read more about that and what the law could mean for you by going to nyc.gov and putting good cause into the search bar.